A source with Elvis Presley's estate tells Rolling Stone the woman accused of preying on Priscilla Presley was turned away empty-handed when she tried to negotiate NFTs in a hologram show. Elvis Presley's ex-wife and heirs have spent decades hounded by public fascination and scrutiny. Members of an American folklore dynasty, they share a mythology that's seemingly unstoppable. Not only did it inspire two recent prestige films from directors Baz Luhrmann and Sofia Coppola, but the films were critical hits that in turn generated legions of curious new fans. When Lisa Marie Presley, the only child of Elvis and ex-wife Priscilla Presley, died suddenly in January 2023 at the age of 54, the storied family was once again thrust into the spotlight. As news of the loss spread around the world, a series of interconnected lawsuits started making global headlines too. The first legal controversy came with Priscilla challenging her removal as co-trustee of her late daughter's Promenade Trust, the entity that owns the iconic Graceland estate and helps manage Elvis' intellectual property. The dust-up ended with a generous settlement between Priscilla and her granddaughter Riley Keough, the eldest child of Lisa Marie. After that, businesswoman and memorabilia dealer Bridget Cruz sued Priscilla in Florida for allegedly walking out on a partnership they formed just days before Lisa Marie's untimely death. Months later, a mysterious entity claiming to be a creditor of Lisa Marie filed to foreclose on the family's world-famous Memphis mansion. While the threatened foreclosure was quickly exposed as a scam, Priscilla's battle with Cruz intensified, leading to her own bombshell lawsuit filed against Cruz this month. The scathing complaint alleges abhorrent financial elder abuse topping $1 million. It called Cruz a con artist and pathological liar, allegations she denies. As the drama continues to unfold, here's your cheat sheet on all the legal twists and turns. Cruz, 41, is a Florida auctioneer who gained fame as an Elvis memorabilia dealer with her 2017 sale of Elvis' lost jet. Her company, GWS Auctions, initially described the jet as custom designed to Elvis specifications. That designation was challenged when New Mexico oil tycoon Roy McKay stepped forward to say he bought the jet in the early 1980s and was the one who installed its flashy red seats and matching carpet. "When I got it, everything was gray and white. It was just a casket," McKay tells Rolling Stone. He recalled personally choosing the wine hue and copying the button and tuck upholstery design from his local steakhouse. "As far as the plane looking good, that's me. I personalized it. I did it first class." Either way, the plane reportedly sold for $498,000 that year, and Cruz's profile grew. Based on FAA records, which are federal documents, there is no dispute that the jet was owned by Elvis Presley. Whether Elvis Presley was responsible for all cosmetic changes over the lifetime of the plane does not change the fact that Elvis Presley owned the plane, Cruz wrote in an email to Rolling Stone. GWS Auctions maintains its commitment to integrity and to the authenticity of the items that it sells. When exactly Cruz and Priscilla met is a point of contention. Priscilla's elder abuse lawsuit says they were introduced in 2021. Cruz, meanwhile, claims in a declaration that, starting in 2020, Priscilla and I began discussing moving to Florida. She claims Priscilla mentioned she wanted to move to the Sunshine State to be closer to her dear and trusted longtime friend John Travolta. Cruz also claims she brokered a meeting between Priscilla and Donald Trump at Priscilla's request. Cruz is an ardent Trump supporter whose Facebook profile pic recently was a photo of her with Trump and his wife Melania. In her Florida-based lawsuit, Cruz claims she became close with Priscilla and agreed to help rescue her from the brink of alleged insolvency. She says they agreed to set up several companies in January 2023 to exploit Priscilla's name, image and likeness and boost Cruz's Elvis memorabilia sales using Priscilla's written recollections as authentication. In a declaration filed in June, Cruz said she ended up doing extensive work on an NFT project involving the specific facial structures of Priscilla and Elvis. She says more than 35,000 NFTs expected to fetch in excess of $17.5 million had been planned for release alongside the premiere of Coppola's film Priscilla, based on Priscilla's biography Elvis and Me. That never happened. She also claims a unique hologram show was being negotiated with Authentic Brands Group, the majority owner of Elvis Presley Enterprises. She claims the hologram show and associated merchandising were expected to generate $1.2 billion in revenues. A source with the Elvis Presley estate tells Rolling Stone that Cruz's representations about the projects were misleading. Anything involving Elvis would have to be approved. There was never an agreement with Cruz on NFTs or holograms. There was never an agreement or even deep conversations about a unique hologram show. There was never an agreement to do anything, the well-placed source tells Rolling Stone. Cruz had inquired about NFTs but was quickly given a no because of our understanding of who she was. Cruz alleges in her lawsuit that after Priscilla's fortunes changed with her lucrative settlement with her granddaughter Riley Kia, Priscilla simply walked away from their joint ventures in breach of their contracts. Priscilla, 79, immediately fought Cruz's Florida lawsuit, filing a dismissal motion in November 2023 that was renewed in May and remains pending. The author and actress then went on the defensive in Los Angeles, filing her blockbuster claim for financial elder abuse on July 18. According to that complaint, filed by Priscilla's lawyer Marty Singer, Cruz joined with businessman Kevin Fialco under a scheme that manipulated and defrauded Presley out of more than $1 million. The lawsuit claims Cruz placed a stranglehold on Priscilla's finances with contracts that gave Cruz a controlling 51% interest in Priscilla's name, image and likeness in perpetuity. In the case of the proposed hologram venture, Cruz and Fialco gave themselves a combined 80% share compared to Priscilla's 20%, court paperwork states. Priscilla's lawsuit says the deals were so egregious and unconscionable, they're unenforceable. Beyond any alleged unfulfilled plans, Priscilla claims Cruz completely withheld not only the $500,000 she made from Coppola's film but also the $349,900 she was paid in connection with her Scylla Cosmetics deal. Priscilla says she negotiated the movie deal before Cruz and Fialco were even involved in her affairs. Despite having absolutely nothing to do with the film and receiving a cease and desist letter in August 2023, the pair still attempted to gain access to the Priscilla premiere at the Venice Film Festival, Priscilla alleges. According to the lawsuit, Cruz meticulously planned her scheme, handpicking the lawyer who represented Priscilla on the day in early January 2023 when Priscilla sat in a room with Cruz and the lawyer and signed a stack of contracts with a video camera rolling. The lawyer, Lynn Walker Wright, filed a response in early September vehemently denying any violation of her duty to Presley as a client. One of the documents signed that day granted Cruz power of attorney over Priscilla. In August 2023, Priscilla had a different lawyer send Cruz a notice that the powers were being revoked. The lawyer, Michael Froch, said Priscilla's cousin Barbara Iverson held the powers also, so Cruz never had exclusive power, and any unilateral actions taken by Cruz were therefore null and void. In yet another notable claim, Priscilla says Cruz and Fialco's alleged misconduct extended to her son Navarone Garibaldi as well, with the pair allegedly withdrawing $40,000 from Garibaldi's bank account for no legitimate reason. She says the duo also had the audacity to demand that Priscilla's settlement with Kia include a promise that Kia will do her best to get Cruz and Fialco invited to Priscilla's eventual funeral. Even in this solemn paragraph in a document that has nothing to do with them, Cruz and Fialco shamefully cared only for their ability to attend what is likely to be a highly publicized event, the lawsuit states. In a declaration filed July 19 in Florida, Priscilla describes the alleged elder abuse in her own words, saying Cruz was determined to isolate me from my trusted advisors and gain control over my income, finances, and financial decision-making. She writes, Cruz represented to me that my prior advisors had engaged in wrongful acts and that she needed control in order to protect me. She says the document signing held at Cruz's home on January 8, 2023, what would have been Elvis' 88th birthday, was predatory. Cruz arranged for me to be represented by her friend, Lynn Walker Wright, Priscilla wrote. I was isolated from my advisors and asked to sign a series of agreements, one after the other, with little to no explanation of the contents of each agreement. For example, I was never advised that the agreement stated that I would be holding only a minority interest in these companies, in some cases, only 20% of the company. I had not been provided with any paperwork to review in advance, had not had an opportunity to have anyone review the paperwork before I was asked to sign it, and was not advised as to the nature of the paperwork in advance by Wright, my purported attorney. Walker Wright, who is named as a defendant in the elder abuse lawsuit, did not return a request for comment.
Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification button for more videos.